Showers and thunderstorms took over much of West Texas yesterday, with the heaviest rainfall falling over portions of the key city, where there was some isolated totals with a lot more of the blues and purples, ranging from a ½ inch to even over an inch of rain. But over at the Dyess Air Force Base, just a little over 2/10 of an inch of rain, just closer to a ½ inch in Sweetwater. And we were over a ½ inch of rain over at the San Angelo Airport, around 6/10 of an inch of rain, where we did see a little bit more of a stronger pocket of some heavier rainfall along and towards portions of the I-10 corridor, where there was around a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Here in the basin, isolated totals close to an inch, but most received less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. And that's where we saw at least the stronger storms, and we see that especially with a lot more of the storm reports, with the more damaging wind gusts in some of these storms, and even some larger hail. But a lot of it was the wind that was causing a lot of the issues, where we had a wind gust near 76 miles per hour just around Taylor, Texas. But over into Abilene, according to AEP, still about 7,700 customers are still without power, but they are working to restore the power. There's been a bit more improvement as we've been going throughout much of the morning show, so something we'll keep an eye on. But over into Sterling City, there was a semi-truck that was blown over. This was on along Highway 183. And in Snyder, there's been some videos of a potential little weak spin up, but there's a lot of dust circulating around it. So right now, it's still unconfirmed if there was a tornado in Snyder. So something we'll keep you up to date as we go in throughout much of the day. But with the showers and thunderstorms, we saw it push in throughout much of the Big Country Concho Valley, a bit more isolated in the basin, even with some heavier storms moving into Howard County. And this activity slowly started to fizzle out, especially as we lost the heating of the day, with the strongest storms were around 4 p.m. genuinely to about 8 p.m. as they started weakening after sunset. Right now, though, satellite and radar is mostly clear. We just have a couple little isolated showers, especially pushing out of Terrell County this morning. Other than that, it is a mostly dry start. Temperatures are into the low to near middle 70s, even some middle 60s this morning, thanks to a lot of the rain cooled air that's settling in. It's certainly a very comfortable start to the morning. Temperature makes it into the middle 80s for your afternoon, but that's when we'll start to see another chance of a couple isolated showers and storms. Coverage remains low today, around 10 to 20%, but I do anticipate we should be able to see a good amount of sunshine. It's going to be a lot warmer today. Our average is 95. We're going to hit exactly that here into Midland. 95 in Midland, 97 Odessa as well, 95 into the Key City, with middle 80s for the higher terrain. Rain coverage today, I'm being very generous, about maybe a 10% shot for our far northern counties. Towards the south, that's where we have the better opportunity, about a 20% coverage for the potential for some small hail, still some gusty winds, and some brief pockets of some heavier rainfall, especially along into portions of the Concho Valley. So as we track it out with time, by the time we head around 2 to 4 p.m., just a couple little isolated thunderstorms towards the east, even towards the west, but coverage is going to remain fairly limited across much of West Texas today, with the better opportunity towards the south, with activity slowly fizzling out as we head closer to that 10 p.m. hour. And we'll wake up to a sunny sky heading into Tuesday, with another pocket of some isolated showers over towards the Big Country and even here in the Permian Basin. But I expect overall mostly dry conditions are going to become a bit more apparent as we go in throughout much of the work week. So in the meantime, we'll keep a very isolated shot of rain into the afternoon and evening for Monday and Tuesday. We'll drop the coverage heading into Wednesday and Thursday, but we'll start to see a small uptick of rain, especially as we inch closer into the weekend. But because of the limited rain chances and more sunshine, we'll see those temperatures rise back up into the upper 90s. So the big picture ahead, limited rain throughout the work week. High pressure is going to slowly start to build in just a little bit, but we'll start to see some weakness in the high, which will allow some moisture to sneak in alongside more showers and thunderstorms as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Overall, though, still something that we're watching, but I do anticipate there could be an opportunity of a stronger storm or two this weekend. So be sure to stay up to date with those forecast updates. At least for today, though, near normal, partly sunny. Isolated thunderstorms are possible, but the coverage remains low, about 10 to 20%. Similar case heading into Tuesday, but I do anticipate most of us will fall more into the drier side, about a 10% coverage for San Angelo and Abilene. Temperature makes it to the upper 90s and triple digits as we work in towards the middle of the week. Drier conditions with more rain chances sneaking back into the forecast with low to middle 90s this weekend. Victor.